Hey, boos. Beautiful day to you. It is Monday morning. What's the day? Already April 13th, y'all. April 13th, 2026. Hope everyone is doing well, that you had a restful weekend. I just talked to some friends of mine that came off of a cruise uh, the day before yesterday. So it was good talking to them. I hadn't talked to them in a little while. They're going on 2 years of marriage. It's a beautiful thing. So I know they had a good weekend. And then I picked up a dinner from another friend of mine, she and her husband. They are Simply Swan in Greensboro. If you are interested, look them up. They do pre orders and then you can pick up your meals. I don't know if it's throughout the week, but I know for certain that they take orders and then have them prepared as early as noon on Sunday. You can do family meals as well. But check them out. So that shout out real quick. Let's hop to it. Today is going to be a great video. Um, and actually, is this video for today? It's 13th, but this video will post on the 15th. Sorry, y'all. I'm ahead of myself. Um, we're going to be talking about 5 herbs, right? 5 herbs that every Black woman should know. Okay, and here's why. Before pharmaceutical companies, of course, before supplemental stores came into an existence, before anything we call modern medicine, our ancestors have been healing with plants since forever. Okay, we were the medicine men and women. We were the herbal stores. We were the supplement stores. We were the pharmacies. So they knew which roots to boil, which leaves to steep, which flowers to press into. They passed on knowledge from root to mother to daughter, from grandmother to granddaughter, and somewhere along the way, we were separated from it. We know what happened. What happened? Today, I'm going to give some of that back. These are 5 herbs every Black woman should know, because these plants were made for us and we were made for them. All right. So I didn't bring any up to show you all. I have really got to learn how to edit these videos so that I can later on put pictures of stuff up. I don't know how to do that yet, but I am working on expanding my technological sense and knowledge, my technology. Excuse me, I'm working on expanding that arena for myself because I don't know how to do that. But I have dandelion. All of my herbs are downstairs in the apothecary. But dandelion is the first herb that we're going to talk about. Um, Taraxacum officinale, okay? The plant that you have been pulling out of your yard is one of the most powerful liver and kidney tonics in herbal medicine. Okay, which is why my husband stopped spraying the yard with those pesticides and sprays. And for so many other reasons, because that stuff gets into the soil and it kills everything. But you don't know what you're spraying. You're literally, God is providing us with everything that we need. Okay. And you're going around killing it. And he's not the only one. He's not the only one. So many people do that, right? So, and I was ignorant to it until I knew better. All right. So then when you know better, you believe better. When you believe better, then you start doing better. Why Black women specifically need this herb, okay? It's Black women experience higher rates of liver disease and kidney disease than any other demographic. Our hormonal patterns are, we have high rates of fibroids and PCOS. They are directly connected to liver function. The liver clears excess estrogen. Now, we've been talking about this in the previous videos. So check out the videos, even the last couple of videos, okay? Liver clears excess estrogen. Dandelion supports that cleaning. Dandelion leaf. So we're going to talk about the two parts. The dandelion leaf, high in nutrients, supports kidney function and fluid balance. Okay? And then you have dandelion root, which is for the liver tonic, the hormone supporter, and the skin clear. So when you need clear skin, you're going to use the root, okay, to help support that liver. And during our skin signal series, as we go deeper every week, you will see which parts of your skin are associated with the liver, or which parts of your face are associated with your liver. Okay? This is in some of our teas and herbal formulas for these exact reasons, not because it's trendy, but because it works. Okay? Herb number 2 is ashwagandha, Withania somnifera. Okay? So ashwagandha, excuse me, is an adaptogen. That means it helps the body to adapt. And we need that right now, right? So many women, regardless of your ethnic makeup or racial background, you need this support. And so do the guys. Okay? Black women specifically, we need this right now, especially in midlife. We carry disproportionate stress loads. Disproportionate. And the numbers say that. Work, family, community, racism, chronic stress, it depletes the adrenals and it disrupts every hormone in the body. In perimenopause and menopause, the adrenals take on extra hormonal work. Ashwagandha directly supports adrenal function. It reduces the cortisol level. So the cortisol is your stress hormone. Okay, the higher that cortisol level, the more it depletes those adrenals. It depletes the estrogen, and it has a negative impact on our sleeping patterns. Everything. Those cortisol levels, we need to keep those low. Okay. So the ashwagandha reduces the cortisol, which is the stress hormone. When chronically elevated, it disrupts sleep, promotes weight gain, and accelerates hormonal imbalance. This is not a luxury herb. For Black women carrying what we carry, this is essential medicine. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is lavender. Okay, lavender. We cover this in depth in one of our herbal spotlights, but lavender deserves its place in this list specifically because of its nervous system support for Black women. The toll that chronic stress, racial trauma, and systemic burden takes on Black women's nervous system is real and it's documented. Lavender, topically as tea, topically or as tea, and inhalation. I use lavender quite a bit in my massage and facial sessions to help soothe and calm the nervous system. It's not just when you come in, I want the spa to smell like something. We are actually setting the tone, okay, for our work to be more effective with our clients. So, lavender is one of the most accessible nervous system medicines that we have. It's readily and easily accessible. Then we have number 4, which is rosehip. Okay, Rosa canina fruit. We talked about rose in one of our herbal spotlights, and we did. Rosehip specifically deserves attention on this list because rosehips contain one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C. It is found in any plant, significantly more than even citrus. Rosehips contain more vitamin C than citrus. And vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis, production, immune function, and iron absorption. Okay, so I was telling someone not too long ago about being careful of taking supplements because in nature, you have everything is balanced. So if you're taking this supplement, but you're not taking the other supplement, then you're going to cause harm. And those patterns are shown throughout. And I'll have to do maybe a week series on some of that, okay, to talk about it. But we'll talk about iron and vitamin C. So, in order to help your iron absorb, you need vitamin C, which is why we want to eat as much and drink plant medicine as much as possible. You want to actually have the herbs, you want to ingest those herbs, and you want to be eating those things because those things are usually going to contain that type of balance within the plant itself without having to supplement. Okay? But sometimes when you need a higher concentration or you've been so depleted, then you have to supplement, and this is how we can do that. Okay? Why this matters for Black women specifically, because we have higher rates of iron deficiency and anemia. Vitamin C dramatically increases iron absorption from plant sources. Okay? The collagen support from vitamin C is crucial for melanin rich skin, losing elasticity in midlife. Rosehip tea, rosehip oil, rosehip in our formulations, and we do have rosehip in our formulations, and I have an oil actually up on the site as well. All of this is very intentional and is connected to our community's specific needs. Number 5 is mullein, one of my favorite herbs. It made my list of favorite herbs. And um, mullein is Verbasicum thapsus, excuse me. We've talked about mullein extensively. I have talked about mullein extensively. I love it. It's in all of our smoking blends. I love it. It's in our lung health episode in Breathe Again specifically. But mullein belongs to this list for a specific reason. Black Americans smoke at higher rates than the general population. We have higher rates of respiratory diseases and issues, and we have less access to cessation support designed specifically for us. Okay, that's why I created Breathe Again. And again, right now that's available for the guys because the list and the excuse me, the list and the cards are specifically created for Black men. They will be created and available for the women. That's coming soon. They're being formulated. Mullein is the lung's best friend. It clears, it soothes, it restores. It belongs in the wellness practice of every Black woman who has ever smoked, lived with a smoker, or breathed the air of an overpopulated community, which is most of us. Okay? How to start bringing these 5 herbs into your life. So, dandelion use daily as a tea or a tincture. Ashwagandha as a tincture or a capsule, use it consistently. Lavender, topically through our products, you can use that as a tea and in your environment. Also, rose hips as a tea, oil, or in your daily nutrition. And then mullein as a long tonic in tea, one of our smokable brands, or as a part of the Breathe Again protocol. Okay. So now, if you have issues with your thyroid, okay, and this is just one contraindication, but if you have issues with your thyroid, you want to really be careful of the ashwagandha, okay, because it can make that significantly worse. I have healed from my thyroid condition, but just be really careful and just remember this in general. Herbs are very, very powerful, powerful, powerful medicine. So I am not a doctor. I am an expert in my field. My field is not as an MD, but my field is in wellness, okay, Chinese medicine. I have that background. I am a degreed massage therapist and have been so for 23, going on 24 years, and then 7 years as an esthetician and practicing holistically. And then I have a ton of family background using plant medicine and herbs that I'm pulling from my past into my now. Okay, and I'm sharing with you what I know, what I have practiced, and from the products and the everything that I have created and used on myself and my clients and in my family. Okay, been doing this for a long time. I've just been doing it consistently for the last 7 years, 6 years consistently. All right. So you don't have to do all 5 of these at once. Start with one, and the one that spoke to you the most in this video, just build from there. Go from there. Our herbal teas and smokable blends here at Love You Studios feature many of the herbs on this list, all of them actually. They are formulated with intention, and everything you need is linked below. So you can shop our herbal products and then also subscribe and then share this video and leave a comment. Tell me if you are already using some of these herbs. And if you're using the herbs already, which ones and what are you supporting? How are you trying to get support? Okay? Just let me know in the comments. I will read each and every comment. I am looking over them and I am sharing this content not as entertainment, but as information. Okay? If we give our bodies the right support, our bodies have the ability to heal itself with the right support. Sometimes it's become so overburdened, it can be difficult and overwhelming to try to figure out what that support should look like, especially when you're moving into the space of natural healing and using herbs to heal rather than pharmaceuticals. Okay? So it can take some time, it can be challenging. You have to make some adjustments. You need to go back, and do some other things, but you will get there. And herbs work differently than pharmaceuticals. Okay? It takes a longer amount of time because you have to give the herbs some time to get into your system and start to do their work. And I oftentimes say herbs are synergistic. The herbs that are going into your body are going to go where they need to go, do what they need to do, and then eliminate the rest. Work with a qualified herbalist. If you are already using medications, do your own homework, and your own research beyond just Google, and check with your provider. Okay? It looks good to feel good. So love you. Thank you so much for joining me today and taking out time of your day to watch this video. Again, subscribe, like, and share. Okay? And I'll see you next time. This is Chantel with Love You Studios Holistic Wellness Center. Take care.